Hey, so here's a little preview of the site that I've been working on. I'll show you. You can see that when you go to the homepage, you just see pictures of two people to start with. There's pictures of others as well. And let me just pause on one of these and I'll explain like what the different designations mean. So this is just a username. This is a username that was posted by a user of the forum. This is the date that the post was made, so June 16th, and then this is the amount of rep points. Rep points are kind of like likes that are given by other forum members. So right now we're able to look at the username, the date that it was posted, as well as the rep points. So we can see that there's a lot of different usernames here. The post dates are in order descending. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on a user to view all of their posts. So let's pick this person, Mellow and Yellow. So if we click through, we see that we get pictures only from her. And at the top, there's 4 different buttons that can be hit. There's there's oldest first, newest first, low rep, and high rep. So I used Isotope, which is like a jQuery library, to be able to sort these. And if we just click them, we can see that. Oh shit. I don't know why it's not working. Okay. Anyway, we should be sorting in order of things like date and rep, but I don't know why that's not working right now. The other feature, which I just finished tonight and which was giving me headaches all day and in the morning and last night, was favoriting pictures. So you can see by this logout icon, I'm going to beef that up a little bit later and just make it clear like who you're logged in as, and make it more obvious that you're logged in with a menu bar. So right now, if you click the heart button here, it'll actually, what the fuck? Okay, I just needed to restart it. Alright. So you can see that it actually changes when you click it to a pink heart, which means that, from the user's perspective, it means that it's been favorited, but from, more importantly, from a backend perspective, this uses Ajax to make an asynchronous call to the backend, and because of that, we're able to mark this photo as a favorite and associate it with the user who's currently logged in without having to refresh the page. So hopefully, yeah, so this works now. And this is what I was going to show earlier. We can see new first. So if we start looking at the date on these, we can see that it's 6/12. Keep scrolling down, 6/12, 5/27, 5/24, and so on. And it just sorts them in order of the date. If we decide that we want to look at what the user's progression was, and we look at the oldest ones first. So like this is what this person dressed like in September 2015. We might look at that and might be able to see, wow, that actually looks a lot different than how they look now, a year later. Well, close to a year later, 9 months. So another thing that we can do that might be interesting is we might want to see what their best quote-unquote pictures were, which would probably be the high rep ones. At least these are the ones that are most popular in the forum. So if we sort by high rep, we can see that this one has 56 points, 50 points. That means 50 different people or 56 different people gave it a thumbs up. We can also click low rep and we can see that it jumps, and the lowest was 25, 26, and then this will keep going up in ascending order until we scroll all the way to the bottom and we see that there's the 56.1 at the top. So yeah, this is kind of a brief overview of how this works. One of the things that makes it really cool, in my opinion, is the ability to favorite photos. So a lot of the time you're just scrolling through a forum thread that has lots of text, and you can't see all the users' posts at once. Even if you go through the forum and look at the user's profile, you usually can't see all their photo posts at once. You have to, if you really wanted to, and it's more effort than is worth it most of the time, you would have to go through and look at their posts individually before you found what you wanted. And then, you'd have to either save the photo to your desktop if you really liked it, or pin it to a Pinterest board or something. Whereas it seems like a nice kind of place to keep the photos that you like in one place from these forum threads. So clicking the heart, that'll add it to the favorites. I am working on next on just getting a view page that shows you all of your favorites as the logged in user. That's actually relatively easy. So I just haven't made it yet, and that'll be the next step. Another thing is, so if we just go back to the home page, I haven't implemented the sorting for this because, well, mostly because there's way too many photos. So here I limited it to just 200 photos, and yes, that's me at the top. Here I limited it to 200 photos, and normally there's like 2,000 photos, which is way too many to put on one page. So I was paginating it, but unfortunately when you paginate stuff, which means to cut it off at a certain page length, it means that you can't sort using this sorting thing that I was using for the individual people. So like, just to give you a sense real quick too, we looked at one user, let's look at like another user for instance. So we just click on their username and we can see that this guy, let's sort in order of high rep to low rep. Okay, so there's something wrong here, which is that when I click on the user's profile, it's not registering the JavaScript stuff that it should, and I don't know why yet, but that's something I'm going to have to figure out. I think this is what happened last time, and I just kind of chalked it up to a fluke, but it looks like there's actually something that I'll need to fix. If I refresh it again, it should work fine. So let's say sort by high rep, and you can see, yeah, it works fine. So the high rep was 46 points, kind of tough to see. There's another one that's kind of cool. It keeps going down, so this is a good way to see the kind of best quality posts of the user. And if you look at the low rep, it's not necessarily like bad quality posts, it's more just like, here are the one, this might be like, ones that are less appreciated, and for whatever reason. If you want to see the newest first, it might just mean you want to see what they're currently wearing or looking like. And if you look at the old first, it gives you more of a sense of, so in this case his oldest one is the most popular, but it gives you more of a sense of like how they maybe started, when they started posting on this forum, what they looked like. So here you can see, like, for instance, it's pretty dark gray, all gray, and then you can see it gets more colorful. Who knows, the person might have owned the stuff beforehand when they posted the original photo, but you can really, you can get an interesting sense of like their progression through that. So yeah, I'd say that wraps it up for now. I'm fairly happy with how it looks from the front end, just having each photo clearly associated with a couple of key attributes. The one thing that I wasn't really sure how to do, so I made all the photos the same height, but I was thinking about trying to put them into a grid. Unfortunately, that's pretty difficult because not all photos have the same height and width. Like, some people will crop their photos, some people will crop them, and that screws up the dimensions when you change it. So right now I'm just sticking to having the same height for everything, which seems pretty good. Like, you can see the entire photo on your screen. I think it's like, I forget how many pixels I made it. But yeah, so far so good.